opens up actors for execution. Due to how rewarding the timed parry is, this combat overhaul lowers the time window to perform a parry to 0.1 seconds. In return, the time block has been increased to 1/3 of a second. The idea is to encourage timed input, as you can see on the keyboard overlay. Parrying an attack is incredibly rewarding, and even if you're under a lot of pressure, you can turn a tide of a battle to your favor with a single timed parry, since it completely refills your stamina. So, making that timed window narrow is appropriate. As far as stamina values are concerned, they're mostly fine. However, you might want to lower regen rate to 3 if you run perk and racial overhauls. The idea is to pair Valhalla with a stagger mod we will add later. This will make timed parry and blocks your essential defenses, as mindlessly holding a block key will not defend against power attacks, encouraging you to learn when to raise your defenses.
This was not worth it.
Before we add more combat changes, let's make the action input a little bit easier. More importantly, add an ability to perform power attacks with a separate hotkey instead of holding the left click. One-click power attack is the mod, and the setup is a bit tricky, but I'll walk you through it. First, make sure to have Sky UI and MCM Helper, and then install dual-wheel parrying and one-click power attack. The installation process is the same as any other mod, and like always, do not forget to activate. Next, go in-game and open one-click power attack MCM. Set the power attack, in my case right-click, set a modifier key, and tick modifier only on first attack. Disable block during attack. Change the left-hand hotkey to be anything else other than a right-click. Then enter the MCM menu for dual-wheel pairing and set a hotkey of your preference. Match it in Valhalla's MCM, and that's it. With these steps, we have essentially separated blocking action away from a right hand, transferring it to a mod, while not messing up the left-hand hotkey in the process. What we achieve is a much more user-friendly power attack input, and will not have to worry about key maps overlapping. Speaking of blocking, let's add recently showcased Maxu block overhaul. This edition is completely behavioral, and it basically introduces recoil animations every time an actor blocks an incoming hit. Animations are varied, and they cycle between light recoils to complete displacement animations. When paired up with dynamic block hit, introduces some cinematic-looking blocking animations that play based on stamina or how forceful the attack was. It might seem that this mod is incompatible with Valhalla combat, but you don't have to worry about that, as they do completely separate things. In fact, they play alongside each other extremely well, and all animations added by Maxu blocking will also be performed during time block and time parries.
Oh, did I make it? I think I made it.
Gameplay with potent feedback in the forms of camera shakes, blocking animations, and sound effects, all provided by Precision, Maxu blocking, and Valhalla in unison. Let's add a mod that many will consider controversial, mainly due to how old it is, but most likely because majority have forgotten about its existence.
I'm at a...
The mod is called Mortal Enemies.
Water treatment?
Now, I can already hear some veterans of the community questioning this choice, but stay with me and allow me to demonstrate. Here's an enemy power attack without mortal enemies. And here is that same power attack with mortal enemies. So yeah, apparently even with all the mods we added, enemy AI still has a baked-in turn rate, forcing them to aggressively face the player at all costs, which in some instances looks very odd.
I hate it.
Here's a side-by-side comparison. And the most egregious example will be sprinting attacks. I mean, look at that. That just looks silly. Mortal enemies adjust that insane turn rate to a reasonable amount. And I would use this chance to ask the animators of the community to consider including sprinting attacks from a perk in their movesets. I know Creme Brulee does this, as you can see in the footage, and it would be nice to make this a standard, so NPCs that use the perk would stop using vanilla attacks. But yeah, other than that, Mortal Enemies is straightforward, plug and play, and honestly hasn't left my mod list ever since Impa Sekiro Overhaul. Alright, time for us to add Elden Stagger, a plugin that comes as a part of Elden Arts. With this plugin, players and large creatures pose a great threat by knocking down the player, launching them in the air, or simply flattening them into the ground. This is purely based on specific attacks, so the more you fight these creatures, the more you will learn which specific attacks pose the greatest threat, thus learning to properly manage defenses provided by previous mods. To support this plugin, we will add Modern Stagger Lock, a behavioral mod that adds stagger to both light and power attacks, heavily punishing improperly managed defenses and dodges. This is one of those picks that many will dislike, but like anything in this overhaul, it is completely optional. The installation is the same as most mods added today. Add to Mod Manager, activate, open the animation framework, find appropriate boxes to tick, and generate behavior files. Next, we will add Scar, a mod that teaches all humanoid AI to utilize all MCO attacks and apply heavy pressure on the player. Keep in mind that Scar is only necessary for MCO, as BFCO framework does not need it. Throughout this video, you probably noticed heads flying off left and right, and that's because of a simple beheading mod. Probably one of the most seamless gore mods ever made, implemented extremely well and allowing for simple beheading as long as you strike upper parts of your enemies. For a gore caused by magic, I still use Frozen Electrocuted Combustion. Covered previously on this channel, it allows for a brutal dismemberment using shock attacks, freezing enemies in place with ice, and smoldering them with fire, all presented in amazing looking aftermath effects. Now, what about the first person? I already made a video about it recently and it's still up to date. The question is whether you can use the two overhauls together. Yes, with MCO first person patch, you can now perform frontal, side, and back power attacks in first person while using MCO. The only obvious drawback is that the two perspectives will not match, but if you don't care about that and you just want to utilize best of both worlds and swap perspectives depending on your mood, with this patch, you can now do so free of any incompatibilities. As far as archery is concerned, bow wrap is to be mentioned. I've covered this mod in detail 2 videos ago, and it changes archery gameplay by allowing the player to perform cool acrobatic attacks inspired by Ranger class from Black Desert Online. Note that most attacks by this mod will be done with left-hand hotkey, which we changed in our previous one-click power attack segment. The camera used in this video is my own SmoothCam preset Synergy. This preset was originally inspired by Hellblade, especially for more close-up angles, but the preset is highly modular and most gameplay recorded here used 4 zoom-out increments, and all sliders have been individually adjusted to cover all gameplay elements. If you want to replicate the entire combat setup, including a mod list and a plugin order, that will be on my Discord server. The reason I'm doing it this way is because every time I want to make updates, for example potentially swapping from Nemesis to Pandora, or from MCO to BFCO, I can simply do it in one place without having to make a new video. Also, being present on a Discord server enables us to assist you should you find yourself encountering issues. Other than that, make sure to endorse the authors whose mods we showcase today, and
It was interesting, but eh.
About something really interesting. KK?
Alright, this one's about Mr. Beast. Mr. fucking Beast.
And I know it's probably a lot of you guys don't really care, but I do, because I made a video about this guy, Steve Will Do It. Have you seen the video that I made about Steve Will Do It? The ultimate amalgamation of a lot of different personalities and things that exist on YouTube. Well, used to. He got banned off of the platform. Well, this is a basic overview of that video about Steve Will Do It. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Bro, relax. Have you ever Googled yourselves? I have many times. View of that video about Steve Will Do It. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Bro, relax. Have you ever Googled yourselves? I have many times. And the amount of personal information I found around floating is a bit scary. Every ping from my email all the way down to my social security number was just a click away from anyone. And this could be you, it could be someone you love, etc. Learning this was a real eye-opener for me that my data is being traded freely by pirates online. This is where Aura comes in, our sponsor for today's video. Aura helps me take control by finding where my info is being sold and automatically opting me out. It's like having a guard dog for my digital life. And speaking of protection, you've probably heard about the massive AT&T data breach. Over 73 majillion records leaked. What the fuck? They've even got their own recommendations on account security. But with Aura, it's all done for me in one convenient app. Why juggle several apps when one app does good? Well, it does it all. Aura continuously safeguards my information from hacks and identity theft. Your privacy matters, my friend. If it does matter as much as it does for you for me, go to aura.com/oompa or click the link in the description to start your 14-day free trial with Aura. This isn't about trying something new. It's about securing your digital footprint. Steve will do it. He's a guy who's been on the internet for quite a while. He's very young, disturbingly young. I thought he was much older than he actually is. I thought he was in his mid-30s, something along those lines, but alas, he was born in 1998. You may have seen him from Nelk.
The thing is, we have no say or choice in what we do or what's on camera. We'll let the liquor choose someone and choose something to do.
Wine today.
We'll let the wine. See, the wine's in control.
As I mentioned, his dad getting super drunk, gambling, doing a lot of gambling. Maybe you saw him doing some kind of prank.
And they have a milkshake! They have a milkshake and a double western burger! Thank you. Can I get no pickles on that chicken club?
Maybe you saw the drama that happened when his channel was permanently deleted from YouTube for gambling. He gambled on YouTube a lot and then just broke the rules and his channel was completely deleted, and now his whole life is just spent, it seems like, trying to get his YouTube channel back.
My channel gets deleted. I make messages and I say, yo, my channel got deleted for this reason. Any way you can help me out, this and that. And it just like leaves me on red.
A few months ago, I saw this on Twitter, and I decided to reach out to him. I actually got his phone number in my phone, called him, talked to some of his friends and stuff. He just has no idea why he's been banned, but there's a reason that he's been banned, and it's very clear, and it cannot be undone. He's just ignoring stuff. He's just ignoring YouTube. There's no coming back. Maybe one day. No, just kidding. There's no coming back. He will never come back because he's very dumb, and he gambles, and he breaks the rules of YouTube very clearly. This isn't like a free speech thing. This is just gambling. They don't like gambling on their platform, especially not advertising it to children, so he's gone. He has great skits such as, I converted from being white to Mexican.
Want to feed the horse?
Yeah.
Be careful.
And others like, I adopted 6ix9ine's daughter.
Sarah, you're a wonderful person. I feel like in the science community, it's what you call a trauma bond. That's what they call it. It's a trauma bond. You've heard of that? Trauma bond.
I think he has beef with 6ix9ine. I've forgotten all that stuff now, but I put it in my old video. We'll have a link to that down below. I love the thumbnail to this video, by the way. Look at that thumbnail. That's a fucking good thumbnail. Look at that guy. I didn't even have to try. He just had an outfit like that one day, and it's awesome. That's enough about Steve. You kind of have a general idea of who this guy is. Pretty much a clown. He's pretty ignorant. He don't know really what's going on. Loves gambling, loves drinking, loves acting like a fool online. As do I. But recently, he crossed the fucking line. Right? He struck out blindly and wildly, like that, at Mr. Beast, the God King of YouTube.
The title of this podcast is Mr. Beast is a fake nice person. I swear to God he is.
Mr.
Oh
Beast.
my
If you don't know who
God.
that is, I'm not gonna explain it, okay? It's Mr. Beast.
Please
Do you want
don't
a
throw
heart to save your
shade at
life?
Mr. Beast.
Or do you want a Mr. Beast rap Tesla?
I would literally kill myself for a Tesla.
Good boy.
I mean, what else do you want from me? It's Mr. Beast, dude. Jimmy Donaldson, Jimmy Beast, Mr. Breast. I saw this shit because Mr. Beast said that he created a new website that is incredibly helpful to YouTube. Do you remember Social Blade? Have you seen that? It's a YouTube where you can check out people's stats. Well, it has become defunct over the last few years because YouTube just doesn't like it and they pulled their API away. But there's a new website called View Stats that Mr. Beast helped launch. It's pretty cool. I saw this and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. And then I saw Steve Will Do It. He commented on it. Mr. Beast is a fucking loser. Guy doesn't care about helping people, actually. We were in a group chat talking about my YouTube videos a month before my channel got deleted. When I reached out to get help, he ignored me. Just shows he truly doesn't care about helping people. My opinion, could be wrong. I like how he said, my opinion could be wrong at the end, just in case he gets called out, you know? And he's like, it's okay though, it's just my opinion. Could be wrong. Could absolutely be wrong. But Mr. Beast is a fucking loser. My opinion could be wrong. Yeah, I would say, honestly, pretty easy to kind of disprove that. If you look up Mr. Beast, whatever this word is, philanthropy, they do a lot of good. Mr. Beast does a lot of good. His whole team does a lot of good, and that is inarguable.
Combined, these 100 wells are going to give around 500,000 people fresh water to drink.
I know a lot of people like to shit on Mr. Beast for being an uncanny valley ultra AI YouTuber guy who has somehow ruined YouTube for a lot of people because of the way that he makes videos, and there are a bunch of copycats who suck and just don't do it like he does. Sure, I guess that might be your personal opinion. Mine is that this is awesome, and I have a lot of respect for Mr. Beast, not just for the philanthropy thing. Quite honestly, I think this is just, you know, to be expected from a guy like this. I know a bunch of people on Mr. Beast's team as well. They're all really good people. I've never actually met Mr. Beast myself in person, and, you know, I probably never will. But I think him and I would get along. So Steve Will Do It has a very strong opinion that kind of counteracts reality, and that is that Mr. Beast is a good guy. There's fucking bots everywhere!
I'm not being a hater or a jealous person or nothing when I say Mr. Beast is a fake nice person. It's just my personal opinion.
And I would like to know what you guys think down below in the comment section, because this kind of gets me fired up whenever I see people talking about Mr. Beast. I've made so many Mr. Beast videos just glazing him and defending him. Sure, his comment's weird and it's for children and stuff, but and what is that? So what is mine? What is mine, obviously, you know? But this person said, I love Jimmy. He has done so much good for the world and does care about helping people. I just don't think he likes confrontation. He has said over and over, YouTube is everything. Just don't think he wanted to risk everything he's worked for. But he could at least replied. I'm gonna be wrong though. I love how every single time he says anything, he's like, could be wrong though. This guy said, he's a fake nice person. So senor, my personal opinion. This guy said, I subbed to you and not him for a reason, Steve. Genius. I have some background information in regard to this, him trying to help him. Steve Will Do It. Steve has reached out to every YouTuber ever to get help to get his YouTube channel back. I think Steve has some kind of thing going on. I don't want to call out exactly what it is, but I also don't want to make fun of him for it. He doesn't understand that when you blatantly break the rules, TOS, of a private company, you can get deleted from that private company's platform. You can get annihilated from that private company's platform, and there's nothing you can do about it. And especially when you double down and act like a POS off the platform, talking shit about the platform and just shitting on people like Mr. Beast for not helping you. He's been told by people at YouTube that I have spoken to. He's been told by them that this is exactly what you did wrong, and he repeatedly says, I didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing that I did wrong. It's completely 100% undeserved. And I honestly proposed that with my Steve Will Do It video. Did he deserve to be deleted? Yeah. I've spoken to a lot of people at YouTube since then, and he did absolutely 100% break the rules clearly, and not in like a said something wrong type of way, but in like a gambling type of way. And gambling is not really cool.
Basically, what you're doing, you're an ambassador for a company trying to get your fans to gamble with their own money, but then you yourself don't want to gamble with your money. You know what I mean? You know how that comes off.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I mean, I do gamble out in sports and shit still, but I do get what you're saying. I just, I stopped playing at the casino and shit.
Why?
Because I have no control, man. And I have a credit. No control.
And it's like it's not like he said something, he got fucking censored for being right or whatever, because I would 100% be defending him there. No, he did the Rubits thing and the gambling, which is very clearly TOS, and now he's been dropped by Stake as well.
Stake makes like $10 to $30 million a day, and they drop me when I get my YouTube delete from stake.com. They're nasty people.
He's digging himself a hole. Steve Will Do It is absolutely 100% digging himself a hole. Does he deserve all this shit? I don't think so, because I do think that he, you know, doesn't have the full mental faculty to be someone who is completely responsible for themselves. But at the same time, he's an adult man and he makes a lot of money and stuff, so I don't really know. There's a lot of content about this. He's a canceled YouTuber. He's been on podcasts explaining his shit. Steve's not the only guy to call Mr. Beast out, but this is definitely the most unique reason to call him out, just for you just lying about him and saying, it's okay, dude, it's just my personal opinion, dude. It's just my personal opinion. Mr. Beast could have helped me, and I represent masses of people. I'm a regular guy. And I just sack my dog off and stuff like that as well. So I'm not really sure whose side I'm on at this point. I haven't decided that exactly yet, although I'm leaning more towards Mr. Beast, because he is known for such videos as paying for 1,000 people's cataract surgeries.
In this video, we're curing 1,000 people's blindness. It's gonna be crazy. Most of us see the world like this. But here's the thing, 200 million people see the world this. But I just made it one less.
Oh, and this just makes people mad at him because it's performative to make him rich, performative philanthropy. But at the same time, it's still, there's philanthropy being done, and I tell you what, he's done a whole lot more good for the world than I have. All right, and I somehow have still not even enriched myself, and I don't really do like that much public philanthropy stuff. I actually don't do any public philanthropy, really. It's weird because X and Twitter are kind of on the side of Steve will do it, it seems. Not all. A lot of people on Twitter just cancel Mr. Beast, and they have in the past for like making a Monrovia type capitalist town. They don't like that. I think that's awesome to have all your friends and stuff working for you, and y'all working for like a unified goal, and then you have like one god king at the top. Maybe it's culty. I do like that. I think that's pretty cool. I would join Mr. Beast's cult. Twitter doesn't like it though. They think he's bad and they think he's evil, and they said that rich people should help others with their money. Mr. Beast said, okay, I'll use my money to help people, and I promise to give away all my money before I die, every single penny. And then Twitter says Mr. Beast bad, which is so incredibly awesome that Mr. Beast, I believe he'll actually do that too. I don't understand why so many people hate Mr. Beast. Also, Steve Will Do It's been chilling with Vitaly and predator hunting with him, or predator hunting. They pretty much exposed it for being fake and made up and all planted in setups.
Steve, you ready?
Oh, there it is, finally.
You can't give me wait.
Is that 6'9"?
Is that no, show me your face!
It's 6'9". Oh my god, it's 6'9", guys. That's the real 6'9". Oh my god, it's the real one. Wowzers. Very funny, guys. So I guess that means all the other ones are fake. All the other predators they've caught are all fake or something like that. I don't really know what to believe, but Steve Will Do It. They did that because Steve Will Do It has beef with Tekashi 6ix9ine or some shit. He just loves talking about him. It's a whole another rabbit hole. I briefly touched on it on my Steve Will Do It video. You can put a little bit of heat on it there, but Steve Will Do It keeps talking about his daughter and giving money to Tekashi's ops and stuff, and oh my god, it's just a really smart world we're looking into right now, the world of Steve Will Do It and Vitaly. This is a TikTok that I saw about all this stuff.
Title of Walmart, and he'd be like, this is a really good video. Nice guy, right? And then my YouTube gets deleted.
Hey, he could have got it back. He could have got it back.
Ignores me. That's why Mr. Beast is in the same boat as Steak. Yeah, both suck my dick.
What do you mean?
W Steak, thank you so much for taking care of me.
L Steak, L Mr. Beast. You guys are in the same boat. Loserville.
No,
right?
Championville. Championville.
They make fucking $30 million a day, yet they still
It's
drop
so
me.
funny.
That's why they're in Loserville. Right?
He's so dumb.
Make the money out
It's embarrassing. Like, I feel bad for him a little bit.
I know the casino business.
I know the casino business. He's wearing a Rubit shirt because he's with Rubit. He's not with Steak. Vitaly's with Steak. Steak dropped him. Both gambling companies, by the way. Both shady fucking gambling companies that are just, I mean, gambling is bad, right? Like, I think we can all agree that a little bit's all right.
Yeah, a little bit's all right.
But overall, I'm not ever going to recommend anyone to just gamble unless it's like, I don't know, maybe like once sports betting occasionally or something along those lines. I'm not vehemently against it, by the way. I don't pretend like I'm some kind of fucking, moral arbiter of like right and wrong and stuff. A lot of people think that I am that, but I'm not. I'm just like constantly trying to do stuff to not make it my life worse. Does that make sense? These Rubits and Steak gamblers and stuff, I feel like this is pretty bad content to just kind of exploit your audience and make them gamble so they can make $10 to $30 million a day. According to Steve Will Do It, a person who is on the payroll of various gambling companies. Rubit is the best online gambling. Steak is the bad one because they drop me because they're Loserville. All right, Steve. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing, genuinely. This has got to be one of the dumbest attempts to shit on cancel Mr. Beast. I don't really know if it is kind of an attempt to cancel him. He quite literally said Mr. Beast is a fucking loser, and then is just talking shit about how he's like, why is this guy yapping? Why is this fucking guy yapping? This guy loves yapping. Oh yeah, also Steve Will Do It is the guy who freed Vitaly from his court-ordered repayments after he beat that woman senseless.
This is a young lady that lives with her boyfriend. She was just out jogging on her island. Who, her? Yeah, she was passing my house, evidently, where the guy lives across the street. He just came out and throttled her for no reason. He just came out and just whacked her in the face.
That was Steve Will Do It. He set him free from that. I wonder if Steve even knows about that, or if he just thinks he's being a good guy.
This is Vitaly. Yeah. So he's in debt, nice to meet you, $140,000, and his bank accounts are locked and everything. Wait, here's your $140,000. You're out of debt. You can get your bank accounts back. There you go. Bro, we just won it. That happens. I told you we're gonna win this money by Sunday, and what is it? Tuesday? Yeah. Now we're back.
He could have given that money to anyone else in the world, and it would have been better used than freeing Vitaly from the consequences of his actions. Son of You 2 made a video of the dumbest attempts to cancel Mr. Beast, and I feel like this has gotta be, I mean, this really has to be number one at this point with Steve Will Do It. Just being such a fool. He's a fool. He's a very foolish guy, and he's done this to so many people, and it just doesn't make sense. He screams and yells, and it just, you know, nobody's ever gonna help him. And this is even compared to Vegan Teacher's brain dead cancellation attempt. Son of You 2's words, not mine, of course. I would never say anything about the Vegan Teacher.
Yet neither PewDiePie or Mr. Beast was safe from the next person who would attempt the most brain dead cancellation attempt of them all, that Vegan Teacher. It began on the 2nd of August 2021 when, out of the blue, that Vegan Teacher would upload a new video titled, "Mr. Beast, no amount you give to charity can undo the damage you're causing by promoting eating meat."
What else do you got here? Poutine with cheese on it? Cheese comes from milk, which is stolen from mothers after their babies were taken from them. Do you think that kidnapping is okay, Mr. Beast? Kidnapping babies and stealing from them?
I love stealing from animals that were put on earth to be my servants. Alright, guys? I have servants outside. And they're animals, and it's cool. Because they're animals. So.
Wow.
Anyways.
I've started watching, so...
No. Okay, I'm gonna watch.
This platform has its
Thank you, Baville, for the excellent content from a stream. I've liked and subbed to your channel. Thank you, Jay Aubrey, for the excellent content from a stream. I've liked and subbed to your channel. This video is called "The Endless Depravity of Kick."
Downs, and 90% of its downs are made up by the people that.
Bro, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I don't hate anyone, but I really, really hate you. They're all clout-chasing, jealous, hypocritical losers.
I will do anything to get to the top. I'll do anything for a viral moment.
It's time to groom, chat. It's time to groom.
Don't actually answer the question.
Did you guys see the apology video? Did you guys see the apology video? Yes or no? I honestly meant that sincerely, bro, and I actually shed a tear when I got banned, bro. I swear to God. I swear I did. Y'all saw it? No?
Kick is a joke. It's like going to a zoo and just pointing at all of the exhibits and just being like, ah, that's interesting. And then walking by.
You may have seen this clip. A woman is dining at a restaurant, minding her own business, and some middle school live streamer comes out of nowhere and grabs the food off her plate in a sad attempt to impress his chat. And then he gets mad at her for calling him out, making it seem like she's the crazy one for having a normal human reaction.
Don't put your hand in my food. Do not do that. You don't do that to people. What do you think you are? Stop filming me. Nobody else. It's a lie. Don't do that again. Hold up. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I won't reveal the name of this toddler, mostly because it's not relevant, and also I'm just a spiteful guy. But I do think he serves as a good example of this new wave of streamers who try to make a name for themselves by being a public nuisance and not much else. Someone like you or me may look at this clip and see it as the embarrassing display of desperation that it is, but it's important to remember there's also an entire generation of younger viewers out there who may see it differently. Believe it or not, this kid does have an active fan base, one that festers over on the controversial Twitch alternative, Kick.
Please pull us over! Please take more Viagra. You don't know how to...
Oh God, I'm about to dox your entire family. What's your name?
Kick is popular for a few reasons. For one, it's a safe haven for degenerate gamblers to broadcast their addictions in real time. I mean, the crypto casino Stake that serves as its lifeblood was started by Kick co-founder Ed Craven. I call him that because he's craving a jackpot every time he opens his fucking stream. But Kick is also known for its brazenly loose terms of service, being marketed by their co-owner and friend of this channel, Aiden Ross, as the ultimate beacon of free speech for this very reason. Unrelated, but in preparation for this video, I did sit down and watch an Aiden Ross stream, and I kid you not, this is what he was talking about when I first tuned in.
Don't call me weird, I'm about to say. Y'all make your bro pee by like putting his hand in the water. What? He peed his pants. It was a drunk night. He blacked out. Okay. I took my 2 fingers and rubbed it on his crotch area with the pee. So I got like pee in my fingers. And I made it, and then he opened his mouth and I put his own pee in it.
Incredible stuff happening on Kick. There's nothing like it. Seems like every other day you see someone over there pulling a gun on their girlfriend, or throwing an Uber driver's phone in the street, or pissing out of their second-story window. Those last two are actually the same person, by the way. Shout out to Xena the Witch on Kick. 300 bookmarks. It's diabolical.
Let me pee in this bucket. Let me dump it out the window.
But the point is, you have to really try to get even as much as a 10-day ban on Kick. It takes a lot. I just want to add something else here before we continue. While I was editing this video, 2 other creators wound up in the news for streaming themselves on Kick drinking and driving. Just flying down the interstate at 110, throwing back a bottle of Smirnoff, being in active danger to everyone else on the road. Even hurling the bottle out the window into oncoming traffic at one point. Kick is barely a year old. How has it already had so much controversy? Take Riot Lol, for example, who was recently outed by YouTuber Something About Chickens as a groomer who would use the Omegle alternative Monkey to collect explicit images and videos of young girls on stream to post in a Discord server without their consent or knowledge. Many of these girls were underage.
Wait, listen, how old are you? I'm 19.
Oh, I'm 16.
You said 18?
No.
Yeah.
Riot's account has since been deleted, but not until this video began making the rounds, causing a bit of a PR problem for the folks over at Kick. Something About Chickens showed evidence of a literal Kick staff member in Riot's chat at the same time Riot was speaking to underage girls. Not exactly the best look for the platform, I think most would agree. What could have been a promising competitor to the monopolies of YouTube and Twitch has so far been nothing but a breeding ground for the lowest, most obnoxious, illegal activity you can think of. And that isn't much of an exaggeration to say.
I'm in the sidewalk. Why is everyone going around saying I died? Alright, so I'm just gonna address this.
Today, we'll be documenting a total of 5 Kick streamers who have all become infamous for their own separate reasons. Not all of these people are nearly as criminal as Riot, of course, which is why we'll be starting easy, with some of the least egregious offenders first, before moving on to the more depraved scumbags later on. This is gonna be a long one, and it probably won't be the easiest to sit through at certain points. But I am personally fascinated in shining a light on the more unique personalities Kick has been known to harbor. And by unique, I mean downright villainous.
The good thing is that we get real names. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. I get real names of individuals. Like, their actual names and shit, where they live, their family photos. It hits differently on a different platform.
But we obviously have a lot to cover today, so before we get too deep here, I want to go ahead and thank today's sponsor, Delete Me. If you're at least a little bit scared of data brokers, you should be. For all we know, they're scouring the internet right now in search of your publicly available information to sell against your will, opening the door for all kinds of stalking, cyber attacks, and even identity theft, all of which I'm not a fan of, which is why Delete Me works to keep your information nice and private. I recommend Delete Me just for how fast they managed to identify where exactly my data had been posted and how seamlessly they were able to remove it. Just submit the information you want to be removed from search engines and receive a detailed Delete Me report in as little as 7 days, showing how much data was found, where it was found, and how it was removed. Another thing I appreciate is that as the data broker industry expands, so does the list of sites Delete Me scans for, making them as effective in removing as much PII as possible, or personally identifiable information if you're stupid like me. PII can be easily found through public government records, self-reported information, and social media, just to give you an idea of how pervasive this stuff is. Trust me, it's something you don't want to mess
Rabies.
around with.
That
So don't
son
wait.
of a
Visit
bitch.
joindeleteme.com/Jawbreed right now and get 20%
Why would
off
the
your
pig
US
give you
consumer plan
rabies?
when you use
Oh
promo
my
code
God.
Jawbreed at checkout. Again, that's joindeleteme.com/Jawbreed, promo code Jawbreed when you check out. Huge thanks again to the wonderful people over at Delete Me for sponsoring this behemoth of a video.
Swear to God, bro. Hey, listen, whatever the fuck your name is, listen, bro, you wanna fight? Let me know, bro.
I can't think of anyone who captures the aura of Kick.com better than Neon. Neon has garnered a reputation as this kind of sniveling hypebeast dork who's constantly staring at his phone for validation from his chat. And I mean constantly. He's never not looking at what other people are saying about him.
Alright, what?
But then he'll also just let other big streamers bully him to his face.
Can I give him a wedgie after asking his No. Why would you say... Why? No, don't do that. My asshole. I said... Why do that? Why?
Name 5 DDG songs right now.
I don't know any. Don't do it harder. Apologize to DDG, Dub, Woo-Wop. Wedgie, I'm doing it. I'm sorry, Woo-Wop, I didn't mean it, bro. Say I'm gonna buy your album tomorrow. I'm definitely not doing that. I'm buying his album.
I guess in order to be famous, Neon had to give up any semblance of a spine he may have had. The kid has negative self-respect at this point. Watch any clip to see what I mean.
Can I have one? 100?
If you barking, big dog, come on, fetch it, fetch the hoe.
He also gets jumped a lot. That's sort of his thing too.
This is a public announcement. Anyone who sees me IRL, I will give you $1,000 if you beat my bro. No one's touching me. I'm untouchable, bitch. I'm untouchable.
Look whose shoes we got. Got his ass lacking. Come on, bro.
Though he's faked getting jumped so many times that the one time it ended up being real, people in his chat still said he scripted it.
Anyone saying L-script anything with no soul? There's literally fucking choppers on top of us and that cops outside.
Yeah, people don't really like Neon very much, if you couldn't already tell. And that includes his own bodyguard.
You got 80,000 people watching you disrespect me.
Wait,
That's how we're doing it?
I always do that.
Guess what? It's always fucking disrespectful.
I don't mean it like that, bro.
But that's what it really is. You're doing too much.
If you happen to be religious, I urge you to please pray for this man's sanity.
If I was a girl and I came in a room, my would be dripping just seeing you, bro. I swear to God.
But before leveling up to the sneako wannabe he is today...
Let's break. Stop driving my car. Hang up your ass.
Get out.
Neon was once just a little kid from Texas trying to make it big on YouTube. In fact, he and I actually both started making videos at roughly the same age, I found out, with the bulk of his early content being him playing NBA 2K, not unlike the beginning of another popular kick streamer's illustrious career. These didn't generate the most views, but you could tell he was having fun with it, uploading multiple times a week from 2016 to 2020. Despite what Neon eventually turned into, I have to admit, some of this early stuff is actually kind of endearing.
What's good, YouTube? It's Neon2K here, but you see I'm at 178 subs, but at 1K subs I will be doing a face reveal, so tell all your friends.
If we're looking at it in a vacuum, it's actually kind of sweet. Watching someone so young work to make his dreams come true. He'd answer questions from his viewers and open up about his struggles with motivation. You really get a sense that he cared about his public image. He was heavily invested in the content he made and the community he was loving, even beefing with other creators from an early age.
People want to get their views and start acting fake. And then he has the nerve to lie on stream. He doesn't want smoke. He doesn't want me to pop again.
I'm sorry, he doesn't want the smoke? Bro, you're 12, go do your homework. He began to seek out his audience's approval more and more, chastising them when they said something he didn't like, and seeking out reassurance that they still supported him whenever he'd take breaks.
I just want to let y'all know that I will be taking a break from streaming, but let me know if you still support me in the comments. Let me know if you still gonna support me.
Worrying about approval from an audience of complete strangers is not usually something a normal child has to think about. And honestly, it's easy to imagine that would mess with you a bit.
Bro, like, y'all are really demotivating me right now, y'all. All these comments say my channel is dead, y'all. I understand my channel is dead, okay? Let me grind. I'm really get crazy. I'm trying. I know I've been doing this YouTube stuff for over years, kind of demotivating that, like, people stopping supporting me.
He was definitely becoming more and more desperate to please his fans. The pressure to always perform is what I imagine led him to continue raising the stakes with every new upload. he had this whole arc where he pretended to get arrested for breaking into his neighbor's house and needed to get bailed out from jail by a friend. The description for this one is so wild to me. This is Maddie Mags. I had to upload this video for Neon due to the fact that he got detained earlier than expected. Please keep him in your prayers. Please pray he comes back home soon. Well, thankfully he did, only a couple days later, where he tells us all about the tough time he had in the slammer.
It was kind of scary, bro, because, like, you know, there's a bunch of old people over there, like, mustaches and beards, and it got me scared. I just kept trying to do my wild Indian dance, and they were just making fun of me, bro. I had a red dot on my forehead when I went in there. I had a big red dot, and they said my red dot looked like the Target logo.
Oh, okay. I think Neon is also the first streamer in history to ever be swatted by a U.S. president.
No, what you look like and where you live.
These were the videos that started to get him some heat. I don't think I need to sit here and tell you why this stuff wasn't well received.
Yo, Ringo, what's good, bro? Hello, man, hello. Yo, what's up, my man? It's good, fighting.
You hear that? That's the sound of peace and quiet. It's kind of nice after hearing this kid yell for so long. But you have to understand that Neon's content hinged on pure clickbait and sensationalism. Whether it be pretending to interview a COVID patient at the height of the pandemic.
I found this dude, bro, and he says he has the coronavirus, bro. If this dude really has the coronavirus, bro, this is gonna be a banger video, bro. Let's go. Yo, sick pop, bro. Hello?
Yo. What's good, bro?
Yo, you already coughing, bro? Are you serious, bro?
Or straight up faking his own death for clout and attention, which is honestly pretty creative for someone that young. I'm not gonna lie. On December 21st, 2019, Neon's brother made an announcement that Neon was in critical condition in the hospital and needed immediate brain surgery to remove a tumor from his head, and that if the surgery didn't work out, he would, quote, bleed to death. Now, I'm not a doctor, of course, but I am pretty sure that's not how that works. I admire the commitment, though. I mean, they even go so far as to say Neon's been acting weird lately and has been having 3 to 5 seizures a day, ending with the call to action, hashtag pray for Neon. I'd rather pray for whoever's body that is in the thumbnail. Who is that? Now, this might all look pretty dire, but if you were to visit Neon's second channel at the time, you'd discover this video was posted on the same exact day.
His brother said he's in critical condition in hospital right now, on the verge of death. But take a look at this video he uploaded on his second channel.
We're gonna be having some bangers on this channel. Drop a sub, drop a like, turn on the post notifications, but we're gonna be doing giveaways. We're gonna be playing so many different games. Everyone drop a sub if you haven't already, man.
But in case you weren't convinced, Neon did go on to spit his final words 2 days later.
For everyone who thinks this is a joke, bro, this stuff that's happening is not something to joke around about. You know, what's happening with me is not something that should be joking around about. You guys should not be playing around about this, bro. This is actually serious stuff that people go through, bro.
Yeah, I didn't know they had gaming chairs in the hospital. I also love the way he emphasizes how this is not a joke, but we all know what he's doing. Or actually, maybe not all of us, since his very next video, the one announcing his death, garnered a pretty favorable like to dislike ratio from Neon's audience. The videos are now gone, so it's hard for me to find any of the comments from this era, but it is pretty hilarious to think there was anyone out there who actually fell for this. I mean, his death video is just a compilation of his best NBA 2K moments. What an epic eulogy. Fast forward a few days later, though, and wouldn't you know it, the tomb is empty, Neon is risen. He triumphed in the gulag and went back to making quality content that didn't offend anyone. The end is what I would be telling you if he didn't go on to become a fucking kick streamer. That's right. After a 2-year hiatus, Neon made his grand return to YouTube with a vlog of himself walking around Jacksonville, Florida, hanging out just by himself. There was no one else available that day. This video just feels lonely. But he balances that out by being a pushy, overly aggressive asshole to random people who don't even really seem to get mad at him. They're just confused.
I know you people smoke and sell drugs and shut the fuck out, bro.
Get this kid.
I'm gonna say it nicely before I actually sue you, and you. And you know exactly why you fuckers are gonna lose in court. Get the fuck out of my store. Goodbye. Thank you, man.
I'm not really sure who exactly this fake tough guy persona appeals to, and I'd be willing to...
No, it's actual fearlessness. It's something, it's like a weird chemical imbalance in our head. I would say the same thing to the same people. And I've done it before. Shut the fuck up right to their fucking face. I'll block you, I'll block you, I'll block you, I'll block you. I don't fucking care, you know what I'm saying? I'm the motherfucker they're all copying. I hate to say it like that, but I mean, I was the one screaming at the top of my lungs for all the neighbors and all the cops and all the kids to hear as I blast through the neighborhood in my fucking cars, blasting shit, smoking weed and shit. I still don't give a fuck! You know what I'm saying? At the top of my lungs.
Neither does Neon. What he lacks in talent, he makes up for in desperation.
Talking that shit behind my back, talking my shit like I'm whack. I still don't give a fuck. So put my tape back on the rack and go tell your friend go tell your friends my shit is whack. Yeah, I still don't give a fuck, you know, like, you know. So when you see me on your block with two blocks screaming fuck the world like Tupac, I just don't give a fuck, you know. And it's like that, like that's yeah. I'll shoot you in the head. I'm gonna shoot you in the head. I'm gonna shoot you in the head, and it like.
Those guys that normal people only hear about every couple months when he inevitably does something supremely stupid to land himself on the front page of Exerto or whatever. His regular day-to-day content is so bland and it's so geared towards the youngest demographic imaginable that there's no reason to really talk about him unless he's doing something uniquely unhinged, which still happens more than you'd think. I can personally attest to having to rewrite this particular segment multiple times during the making of this video because he would not stop trending for things like putting himself into others in a life or death situation in hopes of going viral. Maybe you saw the little joyride he recently took with Instagram personality Squeeze Benz a few weeks back. Squeeze Benz is someone whose hobby has made him a literal wanted criminal. He belongs to a community of anonymous drivers who derive thrill from renting supercars and
which I think is cool
through traffic, going
honestly, I think that's cool. I think that's a lot cooler. And now his shit with Squeeze Benz actually didn't. I mean, it bothered me that they put lives at risk. But I've done all that shit. I've done all that shit that Squeeze Benz has done. I've done all of it. We've stolen a car and blasted that shit 140 miles fucking an hour across the goddamn I-25 from fucking, you know, I've done this like twice. Like, you know, I've blasted in a stolen car 150 miles an hour across the city before. Have you? God, because I have. I've done, that shit is not surprising to me. I have done things like that. I'm not making it up. Like, I didn't, like, suddenly I think, oh, he just thought he sees this opportunity to lie. No, I've done these things. My friends have been there. Like, I've done these things. My friends have done them too. My best friend is notorious for running from the cops on a sports bike. He's notorious for it. He's done it like 7 times. He had to promise his fucking sister and his fucking mother that he would stop. That's my best friend, and he's the one who runs the ashram. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not kidding either. Like I don't brag about this shit. Like, I don't need to brag and scare some fucking kid like Neon or something like that. I actually lived a life like this. There's like a difference. I think these kids, it's like an act for a fucking camera for them. I'll do that shit for fun. You know what I'm saying?
Limit on freeways which are occupied by regular people, families, new drivers.
Shit, you know what's pretty fun? Smoking a meth pipe downtown, right on the fucking sidewalk. You ever done that before? Oh yeah, that one's fun. And then running from the cops when they see you do it. I mean, middle of the night, smoke a meth pipe right out there on the fucking sidewalk as you're walking and shit, and the cops just fucking roll you. So you're like running over and fucking embankment and shit, and down the fucking slope and around the fucking highway overpass, up and around, jump under a fucking curb or whatever, fucking duck and slide, because you know you're going to the clink for a while if they roll you. You know what I'm saying? You have priors and probation and shit. Like, God damn it. Like, I didn't, and like, these kids, they think that's funny, or they want to act like that, so, because, like, to show the camera, like, it's like to them, they want to, they think it's cool to fake that shit.
But there's also other people at risk when you do that. Innocent civilians. So what do you think about the element of danger for that?
I've been doing this since like real shit since I was 9. I feel like I did as a professional, like, you know.
I'll admit, I don't really understand the appeal of putting the lives of so many innocent civilians at risk for what is essentially just a dumb gimmick at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how skilled of a driver you think you are. All it takes is one person to accidentally change lanes when you don't expect it for multiple people to wind up dead in an instant. But try telling that to Squeeze and his 670,000 followers. There is a market for this kind of negligence, and Neon figured that by doing a collab with Squeeze, he would successfully create some epic viral moments, which he absolutely did, just maybe not for the reasons he had hoped.
And I get really scared. I can't afford that. You have my word. You will only go at 7 above the speed limit, or 10 above. What's illegal?
Let's say 20 above the speed
No. 10.
Squeeze's crew, I'm sure, can read the anxiety in Neon's voice, and instead of being straight up with him, they continuously reassure Neon that this is going to be an easy drive. You know, we're not going to do anything crazy.
You feel uncomfortable, I will grab this kid and I'll tell him to stop the car. This is 2023 Lambo, bro. This shit is safe as he's not gonna wild out.
We'll stop whenever you get uncomfortable, bro. You can trust us. When in fact, bro could not trust them.
Fucking pussy.
I'm also not sure what it being a 2023 Lambo would have anything to do with
Screaming like a little girl doesn't make it better. Fucking pussy. Like, okay, I had a friend, he did this to me twice. He's dead now. Shot his father and then himself a second later. I had a friend who used to like to take me on fucking high-speed chases without warning me. Did it to me twice. And you know how that rolls. That you know how that goes. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't. Maybe you didn't come up with people like that, because I did. This is a true story. I mean, they're all true, but I mean, this is a true story. I can make this shit up if I fucking wanted to. 2 times in my life, my crazy dead friend who shot his father and then himself a second later. He fucking took me on 2 different cop chases without my permission. And he's in my inner circle. This is a brother, you understand? So I don't say shit. I don't say a fucking word. I sit back, I buckle the seatbelt, and I fucking shut the fuck up about it. I let him take me wherever the fuck we're going. I don't care, you know? I don't care if the cops put me in jail. It's obvious he's got something going on, whatever. Something needs me to shut the fuck up and just let it happen. If he plows us into a wall, he's obviously not a member of my inner circle, and he didn't. Both times he got us out of it, you know? But he liked to do that, you know. I did it to him. First time I ever did it to him, we were walking down the street. I'll never forget. We were walking down the street by South High School and shit. I was like, how can I fucking just totally prove to this crowd that I'm crazier than them? We're all thinking it too. Everybody's like, oh, what if we do this? What if we go to the skate park at 3 a.m? What if we go, you know, what if we get towed behind the van while we snowboard in the city? Not in the mountains, but in the city, you know? We get so snowing in our city that let's go snowboarding in the city, you know? And with a car. Shit like that. You're thinking, how can I outdo my suicidal drunk punker friends, you know? And so my initial first thing was like completely, and I'm talking completely, no warning, nothing. I was like, hey guys, watch this. And then I danced up, spun a little circle, danced a little jig, and kicked a car window in. And we scattered screaming laughter. And then that started a whole terrible thing where unexpected shit was just all the rage, you know? No warning, just wild card. I hate wild card. It scares the shit out of me still. I still remember terrible wild card things happening. Like one time, my friend like forces us to come into the bathroom with him, all 5 of us. And then he flushed a lit M80 down the toilet, no warning. And the sound that it makes... when even now when I think about it, the sound that an M80 makes when it blows up inside of a toilet after it's been flushed, and the M80 travels through the pipes through the house, and it's like down around the corner wall somewhere. It's not in the toilet anymore. It's down the wall and in the pipe somewhere. You hear a kathunk. Kathunk. That's the funniest sound I've ever heard in my life. And it's like 3 rooms over. And you're like, what the hell was that? It was an M80. Well, we knew what it was. He was like, watch or you're pussies. And then he lit an M80 and he flushed the motherfucker. No warning. He just pulls an M80 out of his fucking pocket. He's like, all right, guys, are you here? Are you ready? And we all know that you can't look away. You can't puss out. You can't walk out of the room. You don't want to make any gay comments about how there's 5 dudes in a bathroom. But I mean, but that's what he did. He pulled out an M80 out of his pocket. He lit the motherfucker and he flushed it down the toilet. And it was the funniest thing I've ever heard or seen. It is still the funniest sound I've ever heard in my entire life. And if you really want to have a lot of fun, drink a bunch of beer with your friends and flush M80s down the toilet. You know? And I mean, it was funny at the time. It's not funny now what it probably did to his plumbing and what, I mean, how it makes the room smell and how dangerous it is to light an M80 in the house and all this other stupid shit, right? We used to play rock, paper, scissors, punch in the face when you're too drunk on whiskey to know any fucking better. So you just haul off, you go rock, paper, scissors, you're too drunk to fucking play the game. So your fucking opponent's gonna win. So you gotta take full-blown, no holds bar punch in the fucking face hard. Like, bam, bitch! I'm talking like no holds bar back, right? Like you gotta make a promise to the person. You're like, all right, we're gonna play rock, paper, scissors. You pick somebody. I pick my friend I picked my friend I, and I was like, all right, we put rock, paper, scissors, because I think you got more sense, you're less drunk. And he was like, I think you're less drunk too, let's do it. And I was like, all right. And so we played rock, paper, scissors, punch in the face. That cost me $4,000 in dental surgery. Broke a bunch of my molars and shit, bit my teeth wrong, and took 4 good goddamn punches to the fucking face really hard, you know? And that sucks because... like, okay, when you're fighting, you're probably, hopefully braced for it. When you're playing rock, paper, scissors, punch in the face, you're like doing this. You're like, ah, do it, you do it. And then the guy does it, and it's like, bam, in the fucking face. You're not allowed to open your eyes. You're not allowed to you're allowed to clench for it, but you're not allowed to, like, you know, block or anything. You can't tell when it's coming. It just comes, and you're like, all right, you lost the rock, paper, scissors. So you really fucking care about the rock, paper, scissors. You're fucking, you play up to it, you give it a good 5-10 minutes before you actually fucking throw the hands, right? You're like, all right, we're gonna do this on a count of 3 down to 1, right? And it's like 3 to 1 and then go, or 3 to 1 and the number 1. And you have to be like, okay, 3 to 1, go, right? 3 to 1, go, all right? 3, 2, 1, go. So he's like, okay, 4 beats, right? And this is the opponent will argue this with you because it matters. So 4th beat, right? 4th beat, 3, 2, 1, pow, right? Right? And then we play rock, paper, scissors, and then that part's not fine, but it still matters. You're like, okay, 3, 2, 1, go, right? And so 3, because you don't want cheating on the rock, paper, scissors. It's a full-blown punch in the face. You don't want cheating. You got to actually play the game. You're like, okay, you ready? All right, you thinking about it? What you want? Yeah. It's like the most concerted, focused game I've ever played. Rock, paper, scissors, in the punch in the fucking face, right? Rock, paper, scissors, punch in the face, right? It's just the most concerned, focused. I don't even think chess boxing. I think chess boxing is for pussies. Play rock, paper, scissors, punch in the face if you're a real man. Do it with your drunk friends who you love, who are your brothers, who you would trust, and that's why I like I said, right? And so my friend, he liked to take me on high-speed police chases without my goddamn permission, and I couldn't say shit. If I didn't say shit, I didn't say a fucking word. That's my crew. Fucking die for them. I took charges for them. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? That's my crew. That's my brothers. I'll have them till the day I die. Might not ever see them again because I'm a fucked up idiot addict, you know, ex-drug addict person who fucked up his life, but it doesn't change the fact that that's the life that I lived. I was a punker. I did have crazy punker drunk friends in Denver, you know, kind of a Daniel Larson-esque life without all the fucking pedophilia or whatever weird shit that he was up to. I'm talking about like crazy drunk beggar on the streets of Denver aspect of his life. Not the weird shit that he was into. I'm not into that shit. And so, yeah. And so these guys, they want to, like, dress up for kick and drive around drunk in public or whatever, going 150. Cool. You aren't a real man till that's Friday for you. You aren't a real man till that's a Friday night for you. I don't care if you dress up for all your little effity friends on Kick, so you can get your nice little streamer money or whatever the fuck. Until high-speed chases are a Friday night for you, you aren't a real man. Don't be dressing up like one on Kick. We can all see that you need to pull your skirt down, you little straight bitch. I can see it.
Gonna bail you out of this one. The conversation.
No, the airbag's not going to bail you out of that one. The guy must actually know how to drive. If he knows how to drive, doesn't matter how fast he goes, you know? If they actually know how to drive, like my friends know how to drive. We come from Colorado, motherfucker. Drive through blizzards of fucking 6 feet of snow and shit like this through some Colorado ravine and a mountain canyon where, like, you know, on the right is a fucking sheer wall that's gonna wreck your car, and to the left is a 1,200-foot drop. And you got one lane, and it's, you know, 2 feet of snow on the fucking ground, and it's snowing, and your tires are bald and shit, because you're a poor kid from Colorado and shit like that. I grew up in that kind of element, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, my friends, I trust them to drive me 150 miles per hour. My inner circle, I trust them. One of them's dead now, but the other three. Well, other four really, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's sort of... I mean, there's about 10 of us, but there's like 3 in the inner circle now. 4 in the inner circle now. No, it's 3. It's, I mean, there's 4 of us left, but I don't know. It's hard. And yeah, and all 4 of those guys, they could drive me 150 miles per hour. I wouldn't say a fucking word. If they told me to strap up and shoot somebody, I wouldn't say a fucking word. If they told me I had to take a felony for them, I wouldn't say a fucking word. I'd be like, oh, par for the course. Yeah, I mean, yep, I owe you, no problem. I owe all of them like that. I don't care. I owe them all like my life. And if they were to ask me if I would, that's how deep it goes. Those are my brothers. Now, I don't see them every single fucking day anymore. And I don't roll with them like a gang anymore. And, like, I don't care, like, you know, I don't care what they do or what their lives, I mean, I care what their lives are like, but I don't, like, I'm not in their lives anymore. I don't care what their lives are anymore because I'm not in it, you know? And I love them, but I'm just not there. I don't live in the same city. I'm just not there. I'm not there. It sucks, but, I mean, that's the reality for me. You have to be in my life. I don't trust the phones. I don't trust emails or social media for correspondence or long-distance relationships or any of that other bullshit. I don't trust it. I consider those kind of things abusive. So when I'm in town, I'm in the spot, my friends will fucking roll. If I want to throw a house party with 150 people, I can do that if I wanted to. I could throw a house party with 150 people, no problem. Throw it up in a hotel, or a motel probably. Probably book like 5 rooms, right? It's it. I'd probably scrape up like $300 between me and some friends and stuff. Throw a fucking block party in 5 motel rooms and shit. Fill that motherfucker with like 50 people. Go fill up like the Dave and Buster's for a whole night or whatever. Like I could roll like that if I wanted to. I don't want to. I have too much damage. Many nights it was Friday night for me. Running from the cops or, you know, that was a Friday night for me. MIPs for my friends. The cops chased us from like 50 different parties. They would just show up at like 1:15 in the morning and scatter our parties in fucking Littleton and shit like that. Or Centennial. I had my fucking homies from Centennial and shit like that. They like roused us and shit like that. We were like the crazy kids. We were the crazy kids of Denver. Daniel Larson doesn't have shit on me. He would know it if he saw it. He would know it right away. I represent the cool kids who knew fucking everybody from east, west, north, south, Manual, Waldorf, motherfucking. I mean, I know them all. I knew the whole set. Everybody there. Everybody. All the girls. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? Was the lead singer in a band for 8 years and shit. Deaf to reason, bitch. Like I'm serious. Like that shit was that's my hometown, and I want to be there, but I can't. It's too expensive. I can't live for $7,000 a year in Colorado. I can't do that. It's too expensive. It's too expensive to live there. So look at all these kids trying to act like they are me. I think some of them are.
Neon is psyched up and ready for what he probably knows deep down is going
like
to...
Squeeze Benz. Squeeze Benz strikes me as a cool kid. This idiot strikes me as a fucking poser piece of shit.
Would be a pretty dangerous...
A tool. Tools is what we used to call people like this. They're like biters or tools, or they're like whack, you know, or they're like, I don't know, wannabe. They like to front.
These guys may be lying scumbags, but...
Yeah, I mean, he calls them lying scumbags because he's a nerd. I'd call him fucking, like, Straight up busters. They're fucking busters. I'm sorry, they act like busters. They act like people with too much money. They're busters.
Neon is also an adult capable of making his own
Whoever gave this buster too much money is fucking stupid.
decisions. He's aware of who Squeeze is and has presumably seen enough of his content to know what
Now, Squeeze Benz is somebody that I would like to meet.
this little cruise might very well entail.
And I'll roll with Squeeze Benz and I wouldn't say a fucking word. Not a word. As long as I can get high, I don't give a flying fuck what he does. As long as I can get high, I don't give a shit what they do.
Mention his
They can roll 150 with the fucking cherries rolling. I don't care. I'm not driving.
entire demeanor shifts once he
As long as I'm not in possession, what the fuck do I care what he does? It's his Dewey, not mine.
realizes
you
how
know?
much his chat.
Fuck that. Then this kid knows this too. All of you guys are like, oh, this is so reprehensible. Shame, shame, shame. And I don't like Neon. Fuck Neon or whatever. Fuck these idiots for putting other people's lives at risk. I'm not justifying it, but I'm also saying he knows. You can see it on his face. He knows that the real risk is the driver. The driver's doing him a favor. He's just making him more famous, more clout, more hood rich, or whatever the fuck you get from this or whatever, right? And so the guy's doing him a favor, but he is scared. He's a pussy. He needs to shut the fuck up about it. And Ben should have yelled at his ass. He should have shut the fuck up about it. He seems straight bitch made. You can call bitch made right away. They react in fear. Straight bitch made reacts in fear right away. I'll tell you right now, if you're an actual motherfucking gangster, fear doesn't enter into the equation. Because I mean, you're already wanted for 10 years in jail. You know? Fear doesn't enter into the goddamn equation for a real motherfucker. It doesn't. It didn't for me for 7 years or something like that. And I'm not dumb. I actually roll in circles like this. You guys want to give him clout or props for being in the car in the first place? I don't. He seems like a fucking pussy. Shut the fuck up, pussy.
Crazy for you, Squeeze. W squeeze in the chat, bro.
Squeeze. Shut the fuck up, pussy. Shut the listen. You should say it to his face. Shut the fuck up, pussy.
Like the unthinkable, bro.
Shut the fuck up, pussy.
Chat, how did that look to y'all, bro?
Shut the fuck up, pussy.
Neon believes the scariest part to be behind him. He can't stop singing Squeeze's praise.
I love how one guy has a helmet, but the other one doesn't. Give the pussy the helmet. You'll probably feel safer.
Dick riding the dude who could have just killed him a few minutes prior. He literally says, I can't say I had a good time or I'll get banned.
I mean, I can't, like, say I was having fun because I'm getting banned, so I had a bad time. Ass.
That's how you know he has zero regret for any of this. And despite the whole song and dance he tried to put on to drum up sympathy after Squeeze's driving resulted in a shocker, not crash.
All I know, I'm gonna leave it with this chat. I was there to do a Q&A, sit in his car. We agreed and handshaked only 10 over the speed limit, and this just went crazy, and I can't do shit.
Only 10 over the speed limit? Yeah, right. What? I mean, did your pussy ass believe him? You know who you're in the car with, right? Pussy. Like, you think, you think I'm the animal. You're the animal. You're the pussy. You know?
Bro, can't just jump out when it's going 100 miles per hour, bro.
It's just so
Yes, you can.
pathetic and
If you aren't a pussy. I'll do that too. I'll bail out of a 100-mile-per-hour car. I'm not really scared of that much. I would have to get up on the hood. I'm not jumping out of the goddamn side of the car, no. But I will drop off the back of a car. Yeah, that does not scare that does not scare me that much. It's gonna break a lot of bones, probably kill me, but it doesn't scare me that much. You understand?
to see this slime ball turn around and pretend like he wasn't enjoying it the second it becomes convenient. Because if you didn't know, Neon actually did get banned shortly after.
Yeah, he got banned for this for, what, 3 days?
This clip made the rounds. The thing he was so worried about happening, it actually ended up happening. Wow, who would have thought? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And I'm talking about really stupid prizes, because Neon ended up getting his account back less than 24 hours later. Remember, this is Kick. Illegal activity might as well be a requirement with the amount of people who get arrested on stream. Yes, I'm still talking about Neon. I hope him going to jail all those years ago prepared him for being detained for real this time in a foreign country. Because during his trip to Dubai last month, Neon and his girlfriend Sam Frank were taken into custody for accidentally and illegally filming where they shouldn't have. According to The Sun, you needed the permit to film where Neon and his entourage were walking, but their biggest mistake came when their cameraman pointed the camera directly at the police. Not only did Neon initially try to get out of this by lying and saying he was a Make-A-Wish kid.
We're fulfilling for an organization, Make-A-Wish.
But he also told the cops he wasn't filming when he clearly was.
It's off. It's off. There's nothing going on. All cameras are off. I just want to let you know we're trying to work with you guys.
This resulted in Neon and Sam spending 38 hours in a Dubai jail with
Oh, 38 hours, pussy. Oh no, 38 hours. I think a lot of these people actually are kind of pussy. It's kind of funny. I think they're pussies. I think they tell themselves that they're hard. When I look at my life compared to theirs, I'm like, oof. Yeah, you guys kind of truck with pussies, I think. You know? I don't know. This is the first time I've ever been able to sit back and play video games all my life, you know? I would say. Otherwise, it was all stuff like this.
Time, the only source on the matter was Aiden Ross, who told the press that it was a, quote, very...
Yeah, I almost got arrested in London one time, but we're not going to talk about it. It was 2 times. The first time was for jumping in the moat at St. Lancashire Abbey, I think, or something like that. I forget the name of it. And the second time was because my friend Vince pulled out a lighter gun when we were outside a strip joint, and we were 15 years old, and we were from America. And he pulled out a lighter to light our Cuban cigars, and it was a gun lighter that he had bought from some bodega in London. And we got the SWAT team called on us because of that. They thought he was threatening to shoot himself in the face, but he was lighting our cigars. And I mean, as you see, I can't make this stuff up. And so we got rolled by SWAT in London, and they threatened to tell the parents and the fucking teachers and all this. But we were like, it's not even that late. It's like 9:30. It's not even curfew yet. We haven't broken any laws. We have broken no laws. And they were like, yeah, I don't think you have broken any laws. And we were like, all we did was light up Cuban cigars that we bought legally outside on the sidewalk in Soho, which is the red light district. And they were like, yeah, I guess you're right. We're going to laugh this all off, boys. We're laughing now. Ha ha ha. Let's get pictures with you guys. And they got pictures with us and stuff. And they were like, have a nice, day, blokes. And they left in their fucking SWAT paddy wagon. It took them like fucking 7 minutes to show up or something. We had no idea what was going on. We had no clue. We were sitting there laughing and smoking Cuban cigars on the corner at the age of 15. And they rolled us with a SWAT team because he had a lighter that looked like a pistol. It was so stupid. It was clown bullshit. It wasn't me either. That was not me. But I was with them when they rolled us. And whenever I'm there, everybody in the room knows I'm the leader. It's so annoying. Everybody always knows I'm Julian. It's so fucking annoying. I wish I could get away with it. Teachers know. Everybody in the room always knows that I'm controlling whatever's happening. I literally named my character for 17 years. Literally 17 fucking years. I named my character Catalysta because I couldn't hide who I was. Any crew that I came through, I would just fundamentally completely change them. How they thought, what they did, the words they used, the games they played, the drugs they did, the women they hung around, the music they listened to. Motherfucker, I hate to say it, but it was like that most rooms. If I wasn't the most entertaining motherfucker in the room, one of my best friends was, So, if this shit seems like somebody trying to be that, I really wish I wasn't like this. I'm like this, like whether I like it or not. This is a front for this kid. I think he looks like a really nice kid to me, actually, you know? But like me, it's not some fucking front. I actually really don't like humanity. And I you know, I've been fucked by the system. I've had 10 years held over my head like a goddamn guillotine. And I hate them and I burn them for it, you know? And I've got problems and...
It led some people to run.
I wish I could be little nice kid pretending to be Mr. Goober or whatever the fuck. But I'm not. That's not me. Like all the time I have to tell myself that they're not coming after me still. You know? Like when I wake up in the morning... I wake up with one eye open and I'm like, oh my fucking God, I still can't relax, you know? And it comes from living on the streets for like 7 years and sleeping in fucking like burnt out restaurant or squats and shit like that. You never really relax because the cops could come through at any fucking time. You don't really live there. So it's like, you know, it's sketch and you're nervous. And I still wake up in my own house like that. And I'm like, the one thing that I could say is I wasn't acting. I was like this whether I wanted to be or not. As it is, I still blow $140 on marijuana every single month. Ever since the day, I'm talking the day that I got off probation, where they were hanging 10 years over my fucking head for less than, you know, for probation violation and you know, on a previous possession charge and fucking, you know, trespassing and all this. And I got through all of it and I paid my debt to society and I'm doing good. And I don't think that I need to act to be this evil outlaw person. Like, I feel that I could easily slip into that pretty much like a comfortable old glove. I think about it every day. I think about the friends and the acquaintances and the businesses and the people that I left behind and my place that I was the place of my birth. And I think about all the good choices I made over the last 5 years, and I think about how none of this was an act. None of it, like, was something that I chased for clout or some camera or something like that. This shit was a Wednesday for me, you know? This shit that he pretends to be so proud of was like a Wednesday for me and my people, you know? Got friends smoking black tar heroin out in the garage and people smoking meth in the main house. Got squatters in the yard who are fixing up bikes for the neighborhood kids. Shit like that, you know. That was the life that I kind of had to get out of. And this shit seems like he wants to show for the camera. He wants the camera to see, you know. It's the same guy, but I don't have any scrap. It's annoying. I don't know which way to go to get to the dome. It's like, I don't know. Is it snow? I think it's that way. And so all the time I'm like, why are these people pretending to be what I wish I could hide, you know? Why are these people pretending to be what I wish I could hide about myself? You know? I wish I could hide the fact that I've been in more than 5 high-speed chases in my life. That I've been, you know, that I've dodged 5 felonies, that I've, you know, paid 30 grand to lawyers and stolen cars and shit and, you know, sling dope. I almost opened a prostitution dope ring between 2 different states in the West and the Midwest. I used to run dope to a place in Wyoming. You ever bought, you know, 18 ounces before? 26, 28? You ever bought 18 ounces every single day for months? You You ever lived in a 5-star hotel room for months that you didn't pay for? You ever slept with like a supermodel? You ever, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's like this stuff, like, I think you had to lie to get there. That shit was like a Wednesday for me. I'm not kidding. It was. I'm not kidding. I got all kind of witnesses and people I can drag right in front of a camera, you know? But my life was like that until I was like 34 or something like that. So I don't know why you guys need to brag the shit that I wish I could hide. I think in 10 years, you're going to want to hide it like me. I think when you're like 40 something, you're going to want to hide it so bad. You're going to want to hide this.
A nickel for every time people online thought Neon was dead, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Though Neon eventually took to Kick to announce his safe return from the slammer, reminiscing on how much they loved him in jail and thanking Aiden for looking
in his
out for
butt.
him, trying to get him home safe.
In his butt.
He's one of the people who actually did look out, bro. I really appreciate that. Bro. He really tried his hardest to get me out of the situation. Because chat, it was a really crazy shit situation, bro. It was a really shit situation.
Now, I'm assuming that if you make enough loud, grating, and insufferable videos that nobody under the age of 10 can enjoy, Aiden Ross visits you in the middle of the night and invites you on stream. In fact, Neon made his first major debut on Aiden's stream with Andrew Tate back in 2023, when the latter was on house arrest for, well, I don't think I need to say. Only he had no idea what he was doing, and the entire stream came off pretty awkward, largely because of Neon. No wonder Aiden's chat wanted him gone only 15 minutes in.
My whole chat is spamming to kick you.
Nerds are boring. No work.
Well, this guy's on a period. Is he he goes on his fucking period.
I mean, don't these jokes get old at a certain point? It's just the same thing over and over. Neon is trying way too hard to impress his idols and prove to the world that, hey, he can be edgy too.
You're gonna burn in fucking hell, you Jewish.
What?
You! Like, we get it, man. You can stop being so predictable for once in your life. Neon is so provocative for the sake of being provocative that there really is no thought process beyond, what's the most annoying thing I could say to make people mad right now? I'm not surprised the only people entertained by it are riding in the back of their mom's cars to school.
What did you say? The woman! The woman!
What? Wait. You love women. You love women. You love women.
But not like transgender.
No.
All gays
But by getting so much exposure from Aiden, Neon quickly grew a sizable following on Kick. As a dude who cares about nothing and will say anything to anyone if he thinks it'll get a reaction. I mean, him laughing at a random kid's dad working at Walmart really exposes him as the out-of-touch asshole he is.
What did your dad do for it?
He works at a Walmart warehouse.
No, I'm such a bad guy. Like, that is someone who has never struggled for anything in his life. I'm sorry. If he can't set his dog persona to the side for 10 seconds to not mock a minimum wage worker unprompted, and it's no wonder he gets his ass beat everywhere he goes. He's happy to dish out absurd amounts of money to flex on the people around him, but when it comes to helping those same...
Okay, guys, I have had a long day. Had to go see Furiosa today, and it's midnight on a Sunday. I don't need to stay up any later, I don't think. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And just a reminder, this 10-hour session, I think it was, will be posted to my YouTube over the next day. I'm going to post it on my YouTube right now. And thank you so much for your time. Just a reminder, you've been watching skycat.live. Come to my Twitch or come to my YouTube and give me a follow or like, sub, or click on the cat space to donate. It's a PayPal link. And thank you so much for for your time. I'm Skycat Live. I'm a full-time variety gamer all day, every day. Put me on in the background. Tomorrow will be a much better day without a 5-hour gap in the middle. And just trying to do real life stuff and keep the family ties together and all this. And anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your time, and you have a wonderful evening. Take care.